What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Man, we're about to come in here do a couple reviews today. About to do a couple reactions, not reviews, reactions. And thank you for everybody for coming in. Thank you for everybody for tuning in to the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. If y'all would like to donate to the channel, y'all can go to the top of my page in the description. The Cash App is there. If you want to follow me on other platforms, all of the information is linked there. So I appreciate everybody, man. Let's get this show started. Wherever y'all coming in from, city, state, Providence, just let me know in the comment section, and let's get this show on the road, guys. All right, so the first one we reacted to today is Panda Panda Press. Y'all know we always react to Panda Press because he got the Panda Press is a good channel, man. Y'all gotta check out Panda Press. We about to check him out right now with me though. Um, y'all go over there. Y'all let them know I sent y'all over there, man. Um, the court let Jay Z walk. No DNA, no justice. Rymere DNA story. So boom,
So
talking
Jay-Z
about Jigga
walks
Man.
free again. No DNA, no justice. 20 years of ducking and the court just said, we good.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Bruh, if you ain't the father, why you scared of a cotton swab?
Why? Why? Why?
They call it dismiss with prejudice. I call it dismiss with privilege. Cause regular folks don't get that kind of silence money. They didn't even do a hearing. No argument, just click, case gone. That's not justice, that's protection. And the message is loud. If you rich enough, truth don't matter. So we gonna break down how Jay pulled this off, why the law helped him do it, and how the same system that closed Rymere's case keeps every other poor man's truth in a coffin. Let's talk about it. So the judge straight up said, we don't even need a hearing. No testimony, no cross-exam, no chance to even speak.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
They just looked at the papers and hit delete on 20 years of questions. That's wild, bruh. Imagine spending half your life trying to prove who your father is, and the court says, we read the documents, we good. This ain't even a trial. This was like a Zoom call with no camera on.
Come on
This
now,
was the
dog.
whole thing without an
Come on, man.
So this man might not ever find out who his father really is.
oral argument. Like, bro, how you gonna make a final judgment without even hearing a word?
How, Sway?
You know what that means, right? It means somebody made sure this never turned into a conversation. No room for truth, no space for emotion, just silence and signatures. That's what power does. It moves quiet, behind closed doors, so when the news drop, all you see is the ending, never the story. And everybody's like, Jay-Z won. Nah, the court just clocked out early.
Y'all know what's going on, and so do I.
So when I say the court let Jay-Z walk, I don't mean he proved anything. I mean, they just ain't bothered to ask. See, this whole case dismissal ain't about DNA. It's about strategy. Jay-Z didn't walk in there saying I ain't the father. He walked in there saying I got better lawyers. They pulled out this little legal cheat code called anti-slap. Sounds like a TikTok dance, but nah. It's the law that lets rich folks say, stop talking about me, it's harassment. Basically, anti-slap protects speech, not truth. It's supposed to stop people from wasting time in court over nonsense, but when you got money, you can make the truth look like nonsense. They flipped that law like a trap beat, made it sound clean, but it's dirty underneath. It don't prove you innocent, it just makes the other person shut up faster. And that's what happened to Rymere's side. No chance to talk, no space to explain, just stamped dismissed and thrown in the file cabinet of forgotten people.
Emotional damage.
Meanwhile, Jay
Damn,
is
son.
chess, not checkers. And the board, it's in his lawyer's office. That's not justice, bruh. That's jurisdiction control. Now pay attention, because this is where it gets slick. They didn't win with truth. They won with technicalities, sealed court orders, no oral argument, and enough paperwork to bury every question Ramir ever asked. When you got power, you don't argue the facts. You argue the format, turning justice into a software update. We fixed the issue by deleting the complaint. Think about it. 20 years of claims, witnesses and filings.
I wonder how you feel though, bro. Like, and is it a way, like, since they talking about all this ancestry, DNA, history, all this, like, is it? I wonder, is it a way? Can they take his DNA and reverse engineer it back to Jay-Z? I mean, it could be like that, but see, they would have to have Jay-Z DNA, bro.
And the final word was just a PDF saying case dismissed. Bruh, even Netflix gives you a previously on recap. The court didn't even bother. They say sealed for privacy, but when the only privacy protected is the billionaires, you already know who's losing. Jay-Z's team didn't kill the story. They starved it. Every time it got oxygen, they sealed it again. Every time a new motion came up, they buried it under jargon. It's like watching a magician say, look at my right hand, while the left hand hides the whole truth. So you don't stand by. And you still allergic to a DNA test?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
That's it.
It's crazy, bro.
With Fire TV, there's no more searching.
It's like, you got
More
money,
time
bro.
for you time.
This is Buick. Now.
You
Buick.
got money, you can make shit go away, bro.
Ramir ain't even asked for money. He said it straight. I just want the truth. But in the world of billionaires, truth is bad for business. Because the minute that swab hits your mouth, you can't PR spin the result. Jay got lawyers who can make a hurricane sound like light wind. They turned the paternity test into a public relations test. And guess what? He passed that one easy. Meanwhile, Ramir out here chasing identity. Not fame, not money, identity. And the system told him, sorry, kid.
I was blessed. I wasn't raised by my father, but I was blessed. Do I smoke an old man? I don't know what they talking about, but anyway, yeah, yeah, it's just sad that he's not gonna be able to know who his father is. But I'm lucky enough to be able to be in my father's life before he passed away. I wasn't raised with my father, but in my, you know, as I got older, I got to be in his life.
Wrong tax bracket. Let's be real. If it was you or me, we'd be forced to take that test on Maury before the commercial break. But when it's Jay-Z, nah, it's legally unnecessary. How's a DNA test unnecessary when the whole case is about DNA?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
That's like saying we can't prove it's raining because nobody brought a bucket. Nah, bruh. This ain't about justice. It's about how power gets to choose when to prove itself. And while the billionaires celebrate, the small folks grieve. Ramir lost his closure. Lily lost her savings. And the truth lost its chance to speak. Dismissed with prejudice sounds like the end of a movie, but it's really just a fancy way of saying, don't ever come.
Y'all hit the like button, man. I'm talking about, come on, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on,
Even if you
man.
find the receipts. They love that phrase, don't they? With prejudice. Bruh, that whole court system moved like it got prejudice built in. Lily fought for this man like a soldier. Petitions, filings, new lawyers, interviews, everything. And the system paid her back with silence. You know how many people gotta get paid for a case to not happen? Court fees, judge salaries, lawyer retainers, clerks, paperwork, everybody eats. Except the ones looking.
So look, me watching this right here and Ramir not being able to get the justice that he wants in court, I feel like Tory Lanez was done the exact same way. But Tory Lanez is in jail fighting for his life right now.
For the truth. And that's the real crime here. Not who's the dad, but who the system decides don't matter. Ramir's mom died waiting for closure. Now he'll grow old waiting for answers. And all the court had to say was, case dismissed. See, everybody online keeps asking, why won't he just take the test? And I'm like, maybe the test ain't the only thing he's scared of. Because when you give up DNA, you ain't just proving who you made. You might be proving what you did.
What's up?
Think about it. DNA don't stop at babies.
Ted Well,
It
what's
connects to
happening?
crime labs, cold cases, sealed investigations. And Hove came from the Marcy era. The streets weren't clean, bruh. So when people say maybe the judge got paid off,
What's happening?
I'm not saying that's true. But I am saying that
y'all hit that like button too, man.
Don't play with swabs.
My bad, let me run back. Y'all hit the like button though. I ain't trying to talk over.
The streets weren't clean, bruh. So when people say maybe the judge got paid off, I'm not saying that's true. But I am saying there's a reason billionaires don't play with swabs. Every strand of DNA tells a story, and some stories, no matter how old, still got fingerprints on them. So yeah, maybe it's about Ramir, or maybe it's about keeping Pandora's box closed. When your past is heavy, you don't volunteer to reopen the vault. I'm not claiming guilt, I'm just reading the game. Because history shows every time the truth costs too much, somebody always finds a discount lawyer. When you got real power, you don't debate, you disappear. You don't prove innocence, you just make the question impossible to ask. Look at how Jay played it.
I ain't got premium, y'all. Give me a second. Oh, the day is Thursday. Okay, shit, the game about to come on.
No press conferences, no statements, just silence, lawyers, and time. And eventually, silence wins. Because people move on faster than cases do. That's the dangerous thing about wealth. It gives you a skip dialogue button in real life. Most people gotta fight something. He just outlasted the conversation. See, truth is slow. Power is patient. If you wait long enough, the crowd forgets what they were mad about. Ramir's story will fade from headlines, but that silence, that what if, gonna echo forever. Because the truth never dies. It just gets...
Shit, they was skinning and grinning with Diddy in prison. I got a picture with Diddy, man cheesing from ear to ear with the damn inmates and shit. He cooler than now. He got a couple, maybe 2 years at the most.
Buried under invoices.
He'll be back.
And NDAs. That's the game, bruh. Power doesn't argue. It avoids. And the longer it avoids, the louder silence becomes. You ever realize how lies move faster because they travel light? They don't carry evidence, don't carry guilt, they just fly. But truth gotta pack receipts, witnesses, lawyers, and a budget. That's why lies always get to the finish line first. That's why by the time the truth shows up, everybody done moved on to the next scandal. They love to say justice is blunt.
I be hearing Charlemagne saying this. Charlemagne say a lie can travel around the world twice before truth gets up to bed.
Nah, justice got selective vision. She sees color, she sees cash, she sees clout, and she definitely saw that Jay-Z's wallet had a better lawyer than Ramir's Hope. Dismissed with prejudice?
We don't do that here.
That's not closure. That's corporate language for don't bother us again. They could have at least said it honest, dismissed with money. The truth costs more than lies because the system was never built to find truth. It was built to protect comfort. The powerful get privacy, the powerless get procedures. And look, I don't know if Jay's the dad or not. I wasn't there when the baby was made, pause. But I know this, when somebody fights 20 years for clarity and the system still says no, that's not
it might be it. Cause I mean, I'm not gonna be fighting 20 years if I don't think that Jay-Z really wasn't my daddy. Like 20 years of fighting to prove that Jay-Z is your dad, bro. And the man ain't asking for no money. So it's like he ain't asking for no money.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
justice. That's exhaustion disguised as law. So yeah, Jay walks away, but Ramir walks around, still searching, still waiting.
To this day, to this day, to this day.
Cause the truth may not die, but it sure don't get a lawyer. See, folks act like this Ramir thing came out of nowhere. Nah. Jay been fighting lawsuits since back when Rockefeller logos was still on the corner store. Busby, Parlux, Rock Nation artists, defamation claims, business beefs, misconduct rumors. Every few years, new headline, same result. Jay walks out like, next case. Man treating court like Spotify Premium. He just skips accountability.
I mean, but when you a billionaire, bro, what can you say, bro? When you a billionaire, bro, you got access to the biggest and best lawyers that money can pay for. Also, one of the people that deal with him and his organization, they work with the government. So
every time it plays, you notice the pattern.
I don't know what
he don't fight with words. He fights with time. He knows most people can't afford a long game.
Birdman do the same thing, bro. Birdman do the same thing. It be people that make beats. Bangladesh, the guy that made the track A Milli that they played at the Versus because Wayne wasn't there. He kept asking Birdman for his money for the song. It was the #1 song on the album. And he kept asking the man for the money. Well, I know it was the first single off the album. And he kept asking Birdman for the money, and Birdman was like, "Man, hey man, look here, bro. Just sue me for the money, and we'll figure it out in court." Birdman got way more money than this man, so he know he'll be. It's a waiting game, like it's an end game.
So he just waits him out. You see it in politics too, in business. That's the billionaire formula. Make them tired before you make them lose. And that's the part folks don't get. It's not always about who's guilty. It's about who can afford to wait for closure. So yeah, the pattern continues. Different year, loves him back. Let's talk about the real puppeteers, the media. The second the story dropped, headlines everywhere screamed, Jay-Z wins paternity case.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Wins what, bro? There was no trial. How you win a race when nobody else even ran? That's how media works now. They don't report. They recycle whatever the PR team sends them. A billionaire sneezes and the blogs call it a powerful statement. But look deeper. None of those outlets talk about why it was dismissed. No oral hearing. No DNA. No closure.
I've never seen it.
Just case closed. Like that means peace. And that's the thing. The media chase truth. It chases balance sheets. When a story involves power, the press turns polite. Meanwhile, they'll drag regular dudes on camera for unpaid child support, but they whisper when it's billionaires playing hide and seek with paternity tests. So yeah, Jay didn't just win in court. He won in headlines too, because perception is protection. And the media made sure his stayed clean. That's why when truth fights money, truth always needs subtitles. Let's stop all the legal talk for a second. What if, just what if, Ramir really is Jay's blood? That means every time Jay stepped on stage, every speech about family, every song about the blueprint, there's a grown man somewhere thinking, that's supposed to be my story too. It's not about money, it's about identity. Ramir's mom died fighting for that truth. Now he's fighting ghosts, both hers and the system's. Meanwhile, Jay out here talking about generational wealth, but can't confirm if the next generation's even his. That's deeper than gossip. That's pain wrapped in paperwork. Imagine the mental toll, wondering if your own father got the world's biggest platform, but no time for your name. And even if he's not the dad, what kind of man watches another man grow up lost when he got the resources to end the question forever? That's why this story hits harder than any diss track. It's not about the court.
What's up?
It's about conscience. And that's a trial no lawyer can win for you. When you step back from this story, you realize it's not even about one man anymore. It's about how the system reacts when money and morality collide. Because when a broke man misses child support, he gets a warrant. But when a billionaire avoids a DNA test, he gets applause. That's the America blueprint right there. Punish the poor, protect the powerful.
That sound like your boy Trump. Punish the poor, protect the powerful, and yada yada yada. Whoop dee doo.
And call it procedure.
Man,
And
watch
look,
out.
Jay's just a headline. But this system got 100 clones. Hollywood moguls, tech CEOs, politicians, all learning from the same rule book. Delay, deny, delete. The truth don't matter when you can drown it in paperwork. And public attention's a timer. It expires faster than morals. So yeah, Ramir's case is done. But the next kid with a similar story gonna learn fast. You can't fight billions with feelings. And maybe that's why this hurts.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because like at the end of the day, bro, I done seen these people like do an ancestry test on somebody who they thought was a murderer, and they slimmed it down in the family tree all the way down to the murderer. So they can't do that with DNA with this, bro. Like what?
proves that even if
But
you
I
got
guess they said they couldn't get Jay-Z DNA.
proof, you still gotta afford to prove it. The court let Jay-Z walk, but what really walked away was faith in the system itself. At the end of the day, bruh,
But honestly, dog, I think God gonna make this make it gonna come out eventually. Even though the court said they're not gonna do nothing with this case with this dude saying that Jay-Z is his pops. Hey, bro, I feel like it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out some type of way.
and about DNA
Mark my word now.
more. It's about dignity. Ramir wanted peace. The court gave him paperwork. Jay wanted silence. The system gave him strategy. And that's what hurts the most. We watched another story where money got closure, but people didn't. Truth ain't supposed to be a luxury item. But in this world, it's priced like designer. So yeah, the court let Jay-Z walk. But justice, she limped out the back door, unpaid and uninvited. They call it a dismissal. I call it another reminder that power don't need proof. It just needs patience. Somebody out there right now fighting for a last name, fighting for acknowledgement. And this case just told him, the truth only matters if you can afford it. But hey, maybe one day Karma gonna file her own lawsuit. No lawyers, no loopholes, just balance. Till then, we keep talking, cause silence is what keeps them comfortable. And I ain't here to make billionaires comfortable. Let me ask y'all this. If you were Jay-Z and you knew deep down you weren't the father, wouldn't you take that test just to shut the world up? Or do you think he's avoiding it because he already knows the truth?
I believe it's not the I think it was the latter of what he just said. Like, bro, if you ain't the young man's father, just take the test, bro. Like, that ain't, I mean, just a swab, take the test, bro. Okay, yeah, if it's yours, whatever, bro. But yeah, what you got to hide?
Drop your thoughts below, because I want to see where y'all stand.
Man, y'all check out Panda Press, man. Bro, Buddy got the sauce. He got the actual sauce out here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see what Poetic Flacco got. He might have something up there already. Let's see what he got. 17 hours ago. We're talking about Jason Lee. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I said Hoover OG, mostly African poet, Flacco ends his career. Okay, so we ain't seen that one of these. Hold on. We going to Poetic Flacco, y'all. Give me a second. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see, because I might have to go back. Let me just check this out and see what this is.
Product 2000 runway.
eBay 2025.
Have y'all been hearing about this Jason Lee saga? Man, if bro not careful, man, these white folks trying to get him in jail. What I'm hearing, Jason Lee is top 5 most impactful hip hop media personality in the last 10 years. So he's already solidified in media, but he wanted to put his hat in the ring for politics. So he ran for a seat as a councilman in his hometown of Stockton. I'm excited.
Jason Lee, the executive producer of the hit podcast Hollywood Unlocked, is ready to hit the campaign trail.
I just felt like every young person, every young Jason decided that they have a dream, should have the opportunity to live that out.
This South Stockton native and Stagg High School grad felt after years in entertainment, the time was right to run for office.
The greatest part about my story is I'm not a career politician. I want to be the city council member for the district that I grew up in, where my home is and where my family is, because that's where my heart lies.
His heart was broken at a young age when he lost his brother to gun violence. Before his success in Hollywood, he took center stage in Northern California as a union organizer in the healthcare industry.
It would appear, though, that him trying to do the right thing is causing him a lot more headache than he anticipated. And what I heard on the news talking about bullets being sent to homes is tied to Jason Lee. Language like that make me worry for Jason Lee. Because if they try to put that narrative out there, who knows what else they're planning for you. Now, this entire saga and drama and turmoil involving Jason Lee didn't just start today after the new reports. No, it started about a month and a half ago. You see, Jason Lee was accused of misappropriating funds. More specifically, he was accused of stealing $50,000 and giving it to Wild 'N Out so they could throw a concert in Stockton.
New tonight, we're tracking a controversy in Stockton. ABC 10 has obtained emails indicating the city of Stockton paid the Adventist Health Arena $50,000.
It was all in order to avoid canceling a show the vice mayor performed in. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has the latest from Stockton.
That's right. We got those emails late this afternoon painting a picture of the latest controversy to grip Stockton City Hall. Those emails are between staff members here at City Hall and officials with the organization that operates the Adventist Health Arena just about a block away. In the emails, arena officials warned city staff members that the promoters of the comedy show Wild 'N Out were considering canceling their May event due to low ticket sales.
Here's the problem, and here's how Jason Lee even got involved in this, or his name began to come up as somebody who did something wrong. So Stockton is top 3 worst place on earth, probably top 2 right next to Memphis. Nobody goes to Memphis voluntarily. If I have a layover in Memphis, I'm canceling the flight. I don't ever want to smell the air of Memphis. I'm cool. Same with Stockton. Stockton is a horrible place to be. Nobody wants to be in Stockton. So for Wild 'N Out to come to Stockton, they're obviously only coming to Stockton because they're doing Jason Lee a favor, right? Because nobody goes to Stockton voluntarily. So if a company as big as Wild 'N Out is coming to Stockton, as a favor to one of the councilmen, or as a favor to somebody from the city, well, Wild 'N Out is hoping that if things don't go as planned, that the city will step in and help out. So when Wild 'N Out comes in and announces, "Hey, we're coming to Stockton," the tickets weren't selling. So the venue contacted the city and said, "Hey, can y'all step in and help throw this event because the tickets aren't selling how we thought it would sell." Now, it will be in the best interest of the city to fund it, because Wild 'N Out was only coming for city morale, to tell the people of Stockton, hey, we got some big things coming for the city, right? We're gonna have people wanting to come here and see you guys. We're gonna have a lot of people coming here to throw events. We're gonna make the city lit again. We're gonna make Stockton the hottest city in California. So if the first big event that was supposed to happen gets canceled, well, now people are like, oh, bro, Stockton is still a joke. So the person that had the power to approve the budget approved it, gave the venue the $50,000 to continue with the Wild and Out show. However, the mayor was never notified. Now, it's not policy, like it's not written down, the mayor must be notified if you guys are going to approve the budget. However, it's best practice to notify the mayor. So because the mayor was not notified, the city now believes, hold on, did Jason Lee tell y'all to approve that? Because Jason Lee is on the show. That's where the accusations towards Jason Lee start coming. And Jason Lee did not have the right to approve it. He don't even have access or the power to approve it. However, the people that did approve it, they're now accusing Jason Lee, because he's vice mayor, of being the ones who pressured them or forced them to approve that $50,000 without running it by the mayor and the city.
This was just a day before the show was set to happen at the arena. The promoter asked the arena for $150,000 in support to keep the show going on, but the arena could only find $100,000. An arena official then asked City Hall for the extra $50,000, saying that a cancellation could deter future arena events and that it could hurt the city's economy, with at least 10 other events already having been canceled this year. The city's economic development director found the money in the city's risk mitigation fund and offered it up. The particular event at the arena involved the vice mayor, Jason Lee, who said he'll bring it to Stockton. Some of this controversy was brought up during an audit committee meeting tonight here at City Hall. Take a listen.
This Friday,
My name's Sarah.
you can call me Bert. A girl's ambition.
I gotta roll on my land. It's a sign. And I believe inside.
An audit committee meeting tonight here at City Hall. Take a listen.
This really whole week has been about a political witch hunt to prove somehow that the vice mayor conspired with city staff to go in the bank accounts to give $50,000 to a brand that lost $170,000 on top of the $50,000 in an approved fund that they have used in the past.
We do know that the funding had caught the attention of the interim city manager just last week. Records show he sent an email to the economic development director asking for clarification and raising questions about oversight and how the money was used.
Even though Jason Lee didn't have the power to approve it, they were still blaming Jason Lee because they claimed you were the ones who influenced those people and made them approve it without running it by the proper channels. Jason Lee would do a press conference where he would say, listen, this is a witch hunt. I'm being attacked. This is damn near racism, because why am I the one you guys are making like the poster child for this? Why is the headlines coming out? Why is the news posted Jason Lee misappropriated $50,000 or Jason Lee is being investigated for misappropriating $50,000? This is not right. Now, the reason why is because Jason Lee was performing and he's been linked to the Wild 'N Out brand. So if there was anybody to campaign, they would think it was Jason Lee. However, that's just an assumption. It has not been proven. So Jason Lee would actually do a press conference with his attorney, threatening legal action if they don't stop this, right? If they don't clarify for the record that.
So now we got lawyers involved.
He has nothing to do with this.
Meanwhile, tonight, Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee is speaking out. It comes in response to a controversy over city funds being used for a recent Wild 'N Out show.
He says everything was handled properly and in line with city policies. But as ABC 10's Austin Castro reports, the state attorney general may soon get involved in the investigation.
When I saw the weaponization of Wild 'N Out in the press, I was extremely concerned. But it didn't shock me, because the politically motivated attacks that have been happening over the last 6 months since this interim city manager has been here has been extremely concerning.
Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee on Wednesday defending he did nothing wrong and was not involved in the decision to use city money to save a comedy show, Wild 'N Out at Adventist Health Arena, a show that Lee helped bring to Stockton and he also performed in. In emails obtained by ABC 10, arena officials warned city staff members that promoters of the show were considering canceling the May event because of low ticket sales a day before the show was set to happen. That's when someone at City Hall made the decision to use $50,000 from the city's risk mitigation fund to save the show. Lee says he was not involved in those conversations and everything was done according to current city policies.
Says the request should have gone to the city manager. It doesn't say the policy requires it to go to the city manager.
This week, Stockton's interim city manager launched an internal investigation into the money spent on the event, but Lee, as well as council member Mario Enriquez, say they did nothing wrong and they want the Attorney General's office to step in and prove that.
This sudden controversy that came out of nowhere is nothing more than a distraction from the real scandal that's happening in the building behind me.
He would take to Facebook to issue a threat to the city that if they don't clear his name soon, he's gonna file a lawsuit against them. So the Facebook post will say, "Tell the truth Tuesday. The mayor and I agreed just weeks ago to turn down the noise on social media. I told her the only thing that will make me speak loudly everywhere is if someone attacked my name. She understood that, she agreed. And then she placed Wildin' Out live on the council agenda with a recommendation to send me and the event to the district attorney, after already knowing I had nothing to do with it." Remember I told y'all? Y'all probably thought the title of this video was clickbait, right? She placed Wildin' Out live on the council agenda with a recommendation to send Jason Lee and Wildin' Out to the district attorney. You know what comes to the district attorney? Possible criminal charges. So now they're accusing Jason Lee of stealing the money. He writes, after already knowing I had nothing to do with it, she did this because her consultants told her to. She doubled down by using Brando Epstein to push it along. What's even crazier is anybody telling me not to defend my name.
We got another goddamn Epstein in this motherfucker. What is that about? Another Epstein?
Stop wasting your breath. I always will. The community should really be concerned that she did this after being warned these politically motivated attacks will cause the city lawsuits, which she chose to ignore. I'm not a career politician. I'm a public servant. My district knows I fight for them because I am one of them. For every public post calling out misconduct, I have 10 private emails, texts, or meetings trying to bring people to the table. Don't get it twisted. The problem isn't here. Stockton deserves leadership rooted in the truth and transparency, not political games that put our city at risk. I remain hopeful. Now, here is, I believe this is a letter to the particular city. So they sent a cease and desist to the city. Dear Lori, which is, I believe, the city mayor, the firm represents Vice Mayor Jason Lee in connection with a systematic campaign of false, defamatory, and retaliatory statements by City of Stockton officials. This coordinated character assassination campaigns appear designed to undermine Mr. Lee's effectiveness as an elected official and silence his legitimate oversight activities. This letter serves as a notice of Mr. Lee's intent to file claims under California Government Claims Act that preserves all right to pursue civil rights litigation under 42 USC, okay? Now listen, it gets even worse. So after this lady is saying, yo, we gotta send Jason Lee and Wildin' Out to the district attorney desk. Let him criminally investigate them. She wants this to go from just, yo, this is a city thing, to now she wants the law to step in, all right? As if Jason Lee did something criminally wrong. Now, they've been investigating for about a month now, a month and a half.
As a father and editor at Men's Health magazine, my day can be pretty chaotic. That's why I love the Samsung Bespoke AI laundry vending.
A month and a half? Well, no, it's been 2 months because this was September 2nd he wrote this. So they've been investigating for about 2 months now, and they haven't found any wrongdoing on Jason Lee's behalf. The mayor didn't stop there. After recommending that Jason Lee, gets put up for the district attorney to investigate, she is now coming out with new accusations as of today. This is where I'll say it's time to pause, because Jason Lee, if I'm you, bruh, I'm retiring from politics, bruh. Y'all got it, bruh. The mayor is now saying that bullets and other things were sent to her home, and she believes that Jason Lee is responsible for that. She would also go on to say, she's so terrified of Jason Lee, she don't want to sit next to him when they do their council meeting.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Started off as, hey, they defrauded and stole from the city. Now it's going into, hey, he's threatening my life. Oh, y'all, man, Jason just retired, bro. Let them folks have it, man.
Brewing battle on the Stockton City Council. The mayor speaking out earlier today about some concerns with her vice mayor.
That's right. Your reporter covering San Joaquin County, Charlie Lapastor, is getting answers on the argument spilling into tonight's meeting.
Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi says she's starting an ad hoc committee to gather facts, examine evidence, to hold Vice Mayor Jason Lee accountable. Mayor Fugazi says there's been concerns with Vice Mayor Lee's involvement in a proposal of a nonprofit he founded, supposedly asking for $58 million in public funds. There are other concerns that the committee will look into. Allegations of bringing camera crews into City Hall to film reality-style promotional content without getting approval, and creating a hostile work environment, allegedly verbally abusing staff. For Stockton Mayor Fugazi, she says comments on social media by Vice Mayor Lee were directed toward her family.
Make no mistake.
So she said, like her name, Fugazi, but you know in the hood we say you Fugazi, bro. But let's see what she got to say. Hold on.
Approval and creating a hostile work environment, allegedly verbally abusing staff. For Stockton Mayor Fugazi, she says comments on social media by Vice Mayor Lee were directed toward her family.
Make no mistake. Stockton will not be exploited for anyone's personal agenda or network of associates. Not now, not ever. Our city deserves accountability, stability, and a government focused on the real work.
Now, regarding this matter, I spoke with Vice Mayor Lee after this press conference, and he said he'll be sending out a press.
Now listen, if Jason has political aspirations, by all means, stick it out. But from what I've heard him express, he don't have like high political aspirations. This is simply something he's doing for the city of Stockton. So I don't know, man. Hey, listen, don't listen to me. Maybe sticking it out is the right thing to do, right? Sticking by your guns. For me, being a councilman ain't that important, bro. Right? If them folks is talking about bullets was sent to my home, I believe this is directly correlated to the press.
Let them have that.
Hey, yo, D.
Let them have that shit. Let them have that.
District attorney should investigate Jason Lee and wilding out for stealing. Man, bro, you work so hard in media, man. You build a media empire, bro. You work so hard to stay out of trouble, man. Them folks trying to bury you, bro. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do y'all believe?
You need to leave that
alone. Do y'all think that Jason Lee really did what they're accusing him of doing? If you were Jason Lee and you start seeing where this is.
Yeah, you need to leave that alone. Just go on about your business, bro. Go on about your business.
It looks like we got it all.
Don't fuck around. Knock your
And for the lowest prices in town.
I've decided that speaking on gangbanging and street politics as a civilian is just too dangerous and it gets tricky. So I finally have to make a decision. Now, my talents warrants that I could go directly to the LAPD and use my talents and still be a star. But I decided—
This man's talking like he going to a different team or some shit. This nigga said like LeBron James, I'm finna take my talents to South Beach. Like, it's like
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hey, Flacco, crazy.
And before I can go to the LAPD and begin my career as a top flight detective, I have to make a pit stop for my development. I have to join the hood, okay, to work on my development as a detective. Now, there's two neighborhoods that have been recruiting me and offered me a scholarship to be from the hood and to join their gang. The Neighborhood Crips and the Hoovers. I want to thank both of these wonderful organizations for their careful consideration of me. Joining either one of these organizations would be a great honor. but I can only choose one for obvious reasons. So where I will be attending next year will be the Hoovers! Now, unfortunately for my new friends at the Hoover, I'm a hood hopper. All right, I have no loyalty. So I'm a Hoover for the next 15 minutes. After that, okay, I'll probably find another game, right? Depending on the situation that's, in front of me, right? For example, if I get pressed tomorrow by an East Coast Crip, I'll be an East Coast Crip, all right? If I get pressed by the neighborhoods for playing this song, well, goddamn it, right? I'm a rolling 60 now, okay? So, hey, I'm a hood hopper, okay? But for the next 15 minutes, it's groove, okay? So, all jokes aside, though, all right, Hoover OG that I actually love and respect, all right? He's my new OG now, so of course I love and respect him, right? No, but I love and respect Gumby way before then, right? Gumby was doing an interview with Real Tunes. Now, Real Tunes asked Gumby about a video I did documenting the war between the Hoovers and the Main Street after YC 80 Bands passed away. Now, YC 80 Bands, you guys know, all right, he was drawn into the Hoover honeypot trap at the smoke shop with prices that were unbelievable, and he was shot and killed in Hoover territory at the Hoover smoke shop. Who did it? We don't know, okay? But that video, I'll be real, I was federal, all right? I did some police activities, probably went far outside of my jurisdiction. A lot of people was upset about it. Now, I heard other comments about it, I'll be real. You other peons who covered it, I could care less what y'all have to say about it. But Gumby is somebody who I respect, so when Gumby speaks, I listen. So let's hear what Gumby has to say about the video I made documenting the war between the Hoovers and the Main Street and YC 80 Bands death.
In Flacco's defense, your nephew is on the internet dissing somebody who just died right after, you know what I mean? And so Flacco takes it and he makes it a story and he gathered his assumption, and it's like, okay, yes, it was a little police, but stop.
The difference is, first and foremost, Flacco isn't a part of our community. Flacco isn't a part of any gang community, first and foremost. So that he's an independent, he's an independent journalist.
This is why I like Gumby. That's the nicest thing I think I've ever been called in LA YouTube, independent journalist. I like that, right? Because usually I'm just called a rat, right? Independent journalist, got a little tang to it. I like that. I like that part. Independent journalist, man.
Yeah. So
Elijah Craig was the first to char oak barrels to make bourbon. It's an innovation you can still taste in every glass. Warm spice.
So, in him being an independent journalist, does that give him a right to report things or give a narrative about a certain situation that only he feels? He feels this way. He didn't connected all his own dots. Like, how is that fair to the individual? He didn't have anything to do with anything. Now what? You just convicted him in everybody's eyesight. Not only that, you done put a target on this man's back. You done gave him a high-ranking official title.
Let's do a quick flashback so we can remind you guys what he's talking about. He's talking about, in my video documenting the death of YC 80 Bands, I also briefly covered the Hoovers and Main Street beef and the back and forth and the deaths that occurred within that beef. But in that video, I also identified a dude by the name of Treyway 7, Waster 7, but I called him Prime Minister Chucky Finster, okay? Now, the Prime Minister name I thought was a good name. He thought it was a good name because he even changed his Instagram and his TikTok name to Chucky Finster because he loved it, I loved it. But in this video, I kind of documented, I guess, his influence among the Hoovers. And a lot of people felt like because I documented his influence among the Hoovers, that I was kind of pointing towards him being responsible, when that was not my intention.
Ain't no way I'll be out there doing no goddamn YouTube in LA talking like that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like I want old boy to be safe. I want Poetic to be safe, bro. But I ain't talking about this shit like that.
Was not trying to say that he was responsible. I think in that video, I also said that, hey, I don't believe that he's responsible for this and there's no proof he's responsible whatsoever. People, listen up. The murder of YCA Benz has officially been confirmed as the work of the Hoovers. Now, this comes as a surprise because under the leadership of Prime Minister Chucky Finster, aka Treyway 7, aka Waster 7, the Hoovers have been exercising peace. They've been brokering peace deals. They've been letting the ops slide.
He's right there. The police right there. Oh, I'm not going to kill him. House arrest. I'm not going to kill him. Yeah. So why y'all didn't get out? Y'all seen each other. Ain't nothing happening. I ain't glad that would have been us to the door. We seen something like that with no strap. A whole could have pulled over the beach or that. Let's we did a lot of times. On whole video, we bounced out the car and seen it. On the bounce out, we need police. Oh, every time I didn't put the strap down, like, come off the heel. Oh, that's on the damn. Oh, I'm not struggle with toasting it to the crazy guy strap on it. Oh, there's my boy right there. Oh, I'm like, I'm not no dumb nigga. I ain't finna pop in on camera with no mask on. So I gave him a whole lot of the fame.
Leadership of Prime Minister Chucky, they've been giving passes. They've been letting the ops go. They've been trying to make LA a better place. But you can only give passes for so long when the ops is trying to genocide you. And in the case of the Hoovers, they got ops everywhere, so they don't know where the hits is coming from. All right. Listen, that was my first time watching that video back. I can see where someone would get the conclusion from that I was trying to pin a crime on Prime Minister Chucky Finster, okay? I understand, because I did mention his name after I say, yo, YCA Eddie Benz was murdered in Hoover territory. I did mention...
See, like, all this shit right here, like, bro, you gotta be careful. Like, when you be doing, you know what I'm saying, talk about certain stuff, bro, you gotta know what you're talking about, cuz, bro. And then it ain't even about what you know about what you're talking about. It's about how you say it also, because certain people will take it a different type of way. Like, certain people will be like, hold up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that disrespectful to us. You dig?
I understand. I want to clarify. I don't have information that Waster 7, aka Prime Minister Chucky Finster, was responsible for this. Okay? When I brought up him being a prime minister, I was just about to document the war among the Hoovers and the Main Street in the last month and a half. That's why he was brought up. Okay? I didn't know that people would interpret that as I was saying that he did it. No, what I said was he was killed in the Hoovers. Right? The Hoovers, that's their body.
I want to say you got to be careful about how you say things, how you say it. You might have not had meant to make it sound like that, but you got to be careful a bit, dog.
However, there's no definitive answer for who exactly did it, okay? Prime Minister Chucky Finster is innocent, people. So I can understand exactly how, but I think, like, quite frankly, that's the only thing I did wrong in that video, because everything else was just me documenting public record.
You didn't put him in more danger than you did anything else, bro. Behind some YouTube content. What type of weird shit is that? This is why I heard, I was watching No Jumper and I seen Munchie B, and he was explaining to everybody, and he explained it on some real eloquent shit. He said this nigga don't got no ties to our community, period, so he don't give a fuck about the people that he report on. And that's the truth. He don't care if my nephew go to jail forever, amongst circumstantial evidence that he helped build. He don't care. He just give a fuck about the little check that he get on YouTube. He don't care about the family that he's finna, you know what I mean? He don't give a fuck. He don't know nobody over here. He's not even from here, from my understanding. He's from North Dakota. I want to go visit North Dakota. I wonder if there's any Hoovers in North Dakota.
Hold on, big homie. Hold on, big homie. You don't got to come to North Dakota, big homie. All right. You got only one homie here, and it's me. All right. I won't be here for too much longer. Okay. I gotta come back to LA soon. Big homie, please don't come there. Please, please don't pay that $4.25, all right, and buy a plane ticket to North Dakota. Please don't do so. All right, there's nothing here for you, big homie. All right, please don't. All right, please don't. But I do believe though, outside of what I said in the beginning of the video, because towards the end, even when I brought up the fact that, he said this is about why I say 80 minutes, I did clarify, this don't prove that he's involved, and I don't think that he's involved, right? I do think people kind of missed that part, and a lot of people kind of ran with the narrative of the video before even watching the full video, right? But I do believe, though, when you have a war that's been brewing, that's been well documented, that's been on the internet, that's been pretty public, the news has reported about it, the white man has reported about it. So I don't feel like me documenting that war and that beef as pretext to why C80 Bears being murdered. I don't feel like that's me going out of my jurisdiction. I feel like that's pretty on par, right? I feel like that's pretty on par with what a journalist would do. A journalist would give the full picture.
We're here for a convertible?
How about an SUV?
A journalist would do. A journalist would give the full picture.
Well, from the journalistic standpoint, help me out here, because what you said I think is very important, that it put a target on the guy's back. Why do you feel like that? Because I'm sure when he created the content, he wasn't thinking like this might grow hurt, you know what I mean? So explain, make that make sense, please. Yeah.
This nigga coughing like he got land.
What this journalist did is he went and did all his research. And he not only
with what a journalist would do, a journalist would give the full picture.
Well, from the journalistic standpoint, help me out here, because what you said I think is very important, that it put a target on the guy's back. Why do you feel like that? Because I'm sure when he created the content, he wasn't thinking like this might grow.
This nigga,
hurt, you know what I mean?
This nigga coughing like Janet Jackson and For Color Girls Only.
So explain, make that make sense, please. Yeah.
Like for real.
What this journalist did is he went and did all his research, and he not only pinpointed my nephew for the police officers and the detectives, if they missed anything, right? He didn't put a circumstantial case together on my nephew, right? Not only with the police, but with our enemies as well. So now they're listening to Flacco, and Flacco just told them and told the world who supposedly is the one responsible for this person's death. And he has no facts. He has no dog in the fight. So what the f are you doing? Like this is beyond reporting. This is beyond. I mean, he need to go just apply for the LAPD. Like this. Boy, like, come on, bro. You're doing way too much.
Now,
way too much.
Again, and I'm just saying.
This is what I be telling you. You're doing way too much.
Well, if your nephew took it to the internet, does he get no? I believe the video was about.
First of all, my nephew. Listen, my nephew's.
Flacco usually puts his references in the video.
Okay, listen. But his references are taken out of context, right? His references is taking a clip from something that somebody said in a previous situation and adding it to what's going on right now.
I'm not sure if he's referencing something like in the bigger picture, meaning he's seen other videos of me doing it, or if he's referencing that particular video. I think Real Tunes TV, his depiction of what happened is more accurate, because I didn't take old stuff from what Prime Minister said. I think I referenced a post that was made 2 days afterwards. But even with that post, I didn't say that this post was incriminating. I didn't say this post proves he did anything. I actually say, I think the Prime Minister is innocent. And the post where he was saying, my homie's gonna beat you up when you get to heaven, I said that thing was like tongue in cheek. I said that don't prove nothing. So if he's referencing that, everything I use are things that took place afterwards, not beforehand. And I don't think that what I did was too egregious. Now, if he's talking about the bigger picture and he's seen other videos, then hey, I won't put it past me. But if it's older videos, I guess you'll probably have to reference which video you're talking about gonna be for me to get what you're saying. But for that particular video, I think Real Tunes is right? I did provide context and videos and pictures, but those were things that took place after the fact. In the beginning of the video, I was documenting, the war for the last month and a half. So things that took place in the beginning were me referencing the war that's been taking place in the Hoover. Post YC 80 Band's death, everything I provided afterwards were things that were posted after death, not before.
That means taking it out of context. You know what I'm saying? You're building a case. That's what the police do.
We're building a story.
No, a case. A case. We're talking about murder cases, open murder cases here. And you playing. You playing with people's lives, bro. You don't give a fuck about the nigga that died or the nigga that shot. So what the fuck is you playing with us for? Come on, bro. Respectfully. Once again, I'm asking you, bro. Go report about something else. Please.
Like that right there, to me, it shows guilt. It shows guilt. It shows old boy probably knew something about this shit. And he like, nigga, stop talking about it.
Like, this is not your forte. You don't know how far to go. That's why I be on your ass about how far to go. How far to go. It's people out here.
I'm not telling about nobody's.
I didn't say that. But it's a line. No, it's a line that y'all cross. No, because I'm before you get that far, because the first thing you say, you let the white man do it, you let the what all that. You ain't white. You got a responsibility because eventually you're gonna be around some other black people. Eventually you're gonna be in the same space that people that love this boy, that love that person that died, is gonna be in. The world is not as big as you think it is, right? And it don't really make no sense. Don't make no sense. He literally built a whole circumstantial case on the internet, bro. Like, so therefore, everybody who just seen that, all the viewers, the whatever amount of viewers that he even got, they pretty much already convicted my nephew of some bullshit. They don't even know what the f is going on. Because of him, I'm just from North Dakota.
Everybody who seen my video who assumed that I was pinpointing Prime Minister Chucky Finster, I want to say that's not the case. He's innocent, okay? He didn't do nothing. He's innocent. He didn't do nothing, okay? I just want to clarify that, man, because, I actually like Waster. We talk from time to time. I actually got Waster an interview for No Jumper, which was kind of weird, too, because,
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash. Chanel and Shay. 24/7 moisturization.
We talked the night before, I think the morning of, and he was coming to do the interview, right? He was excited for it. It was scheduled like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. And he was down for it like the night of, the morning of, he was down for it. And then the interview time comes, he never shows up. And I haven't heard from him since. So I'm like, damn, you feel me? I hope he's okay, right? I hope he's not wrapped up in nothing. But yeah, man, you feel me? I'm just trying my best, man, to look out for these people, right? To like look out for these young men, bro. Like, you can probably ask Adam or you can ask anybody in our group chat, bro. Like, and they will tell you how glowingly I speak of like Waster, right? How glowingly like I speak of him, bro. Like, they'll tell you themselves, like how much I'll say, this kid can really blow up music-wise. This kid can really be something. He can really be a factor. I have faith in the Prime Minister, right? I got love for the.
Hey, we love Poetic Flacco because we can't hate him because he won't go to hell. But yeah, we love that boy. You know what I'm saying? We want him to stay alive though.
Prime Minister, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he need to fall back like a small bag. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. Damn, they got Candace shit on him. I don't know. It might have been because I did that. But I don't want to do that. We'll do Star Snitch.
News for you, you can't wake up and be Mad Dog Russo. You can't wake up and be Adam Shine. You can't wake up and be Stephen A. It takes work. In the end, we all have people to answer to.
Stephen A. Smith has officially lost his patience, going off on Molly Karam after she shocked ESPN by sealing a massive new deal with NBC Sports. What was supposed to be her biggest win yet has turned into a public fallout full of pride, power, and paychecks. Now the entire sports media world is watching this feud unfold like a primetime boxing match. How did it get to this point? Let's break it down. Because Molly's sudden exit didn't just make headlines, it cracked ESPN's foundation. For years, Stephen A. stood by Molly, calling her his rock, his on-air partner who kept First Take balanced while he delivered his trademark fire. But now, that partnership is in ashes. The same man who once defended her is now throwing shots. And it's all because NBC offered her something ESPN wouldn't: respect, money, and freedom. What should have been Molly's crowning moment turned into one of the juiciest, most dramatic media feuds we've seen in years. And tonight, we're breaking down how a decade-long alliance turned sour, why Stephen A.
Checking out Star Snitch, y'all.
is so furious, and what insiders are whispering about behind those ESPN doors. This isn't just about contracts, it's about control. It's about who gets to run the game in sports media. And once you hear the things Stephen A. said off camera, the whispers about Molly's real reason for leaving and how NBC swooped in like a thief in the night to snatch her away, you'll realize this story runs way deeper than money. But let's start where it all exploded. Molly's abrupt departure from First Take. Nobody saw it coming. She was live on Monday morning, smiling, moderating debates, doing her thing. By Tuesday, gone. No farewell, no teary goodbye, not even a final clip montage. Just one cold Instagram story that said everything without saying a word. Fans were stunned. Stephen A. looked shaken on air, trying to hold it together. But according to insiders behind the scenes, he was livid, furious that the show he carried for years just lost his heartbeat, and even angry that ESPN's higher-ups couldn't do a thing to stop it. Now officially, ESPN claimed it was just business. So that gives we got the Sports Business Journal said Molly simply declined an extension to explore other opportunities. ESPN's president of content, Burke Magnus, downplayed it, saying the one thing that was unexpected was the timing of all this.
Molly is somebody that I have leaned on many occasions in the past, as she has done when it comes to me. We've been partners on the show for the last 10 years. And a lot of times these things happen and it's just uncomfortable to see.
But come on, timing, that's the excuse. That doesn't explain the overnight vanishing act. It doesn't explain Stephen A.'s strange reaction when asked if he tried to make her stay. Suddenly, the man who boasts about protecting his colleagues got defensive. Why? Because he knew something bigger was at play. And then, weeks later, NBC enters the chat with a multi-million-dollar offer. You can't tell me that's coincidence. Molly wasn't just leaving a job show, she was breaking free from a system that's been unequal for years. Let's talk numbers. Stephen A. pockets around $20 million a year, while the people next to him barely scrape a fraction of that. One commentator even said, when you pay Stephen A. Smith $20 million, whoever his co-host is going to want an exorbitant amount of money. That right there, that's where the resentment started. Molly watched as ESPN re-signed Malika Andrews, gave Mina Kimes a $2 million deal, and rolled out the red carpet for Shannon Sharp. Meanwhile, she had been holding down First Take for a decade, navigating every heated argument, every ego, every headline, and still, when it came time to negotiate her worth, she got lowballed. 10 years of loyalty and no real reward, no send-off, no appreciation post, just a quiet, cold goodbye. And to make it worse, ESPN tried to paint her exit as mutual. Magnus told Athletic that Molly wanted to explore other things and that her interests weren't aligned with the networks. But here's where it gets real messy. Because if it was all so respectful, why did Stephen A. suddenly jump on his Sirius XM show talking about people forgetting they answer to somebody? Let's not pretend we don't know who he was talking about. He said he wasn't naming names, but come on, who else fits that description? Who else just walked away from ESPN after rejecting a deal? Who else stood up to the biggest name in sports commentary and dared to demand her worth? That wasn't a random jab. That was a warning shot straight at Molly. You could feel the tension even through the airwaves. He might not have said her name, but the energy was undeniable. He felt betrayed, blindsided, maybe even exposed. Because for years, First Take was Stephen A's empire, and Molly was the co-pilot. But the second she decided to chart her own path, suddenly she became the problem. Suddenly it was about loyalty and respect. It's the same old story. When a woman in the industry demands her value, the system calls it ego. NBC knew exactly what they were doing. They gave her the kind of platform that ESPN never truly offered. Sources say NBC outbid ESPN by a wide margin, and word is Molly's role will be more than just moderating. She'll have creative control, producing credits, and a seat at the decision-making table. That's a power move, and Stephen A. knows it, because for the first time in years, he's not the one in charge. This isn't just a rivalry.
Hey man, y'all came to me in the Comic Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, hit notification. Peace on one.